Hello everyone, welcome back to our management accounting class. And as we all know that we are going through with the cash flow statement. So today we will solve one more problem related to cash flow statement, and today we'll try to solve a one very easy peasy, easy squeezy, whatever you can say, problem. Okay, because I wanted to make you understand one simple thing, and because of that I have taken this particular question. Okay, so I hope after this question you will not get confused with those simple thing. Okay, so let's start with the question. So as usual, we have our liabilities and assets of 2 years, and then we have some of the additional informations. So we'll check out one by one what are the liability side items are given and where we need to post it. So very first we have a share capital. In 2001 it is 70,000 and in 2002 it is 74,000. So we are able to see there is a extra issue of share capital of worth rupees 4,000, and we know very well when we are going to issue the share capital without any see, related to this issue we don't have any other supporting documents. Okay, so we are going to simple assume that we have issued the shares and we have received the cash. So definitely when I'm going to receive the cash, my cash balance will get affected. Okay, it will be my cash inflow. And if any transaction related to owners equity and capital, long-term debts, which is going to affect the cash balance, then we used to take those changes under the heading of what? Under the heading of cash flow from financing activities. Clear? Next we have a debenture. So it's given in the balance sheet 12,000 in the year of 2001 and 6,000 in the year of 2002. So again it is visible very clearly that we have gone for a redemption of debentures. So we are redeeming the debentures. So when I'm redeeming the debentures, that means I have to pay the cash. Okay, company has to pay the cash. It is going to be the outflow of cash for the company, but again it is related to the you can say the long-term borrowing. Okay, so definitely it will also comes under the heading which one? Cash flow from financing activity. Fine, but it is going to be the outflow. Okay, but heading we are not, generally we used to write the heading as a cash in cash flow from. Okay, there's no inflow and outflow, we just say cash flow from. Okay, then next we have a creditors, which is current liability. So we will check it, increase and decrease, and then according to that we will work out in while calculating your cash flow from operating activities. The similar thing we will do with the provision for doubtful debts also, and profit and loss also definitely we use while calculating cash flow from operating activity. So liability side clear, I hope so. Now coming to the asset side. Again, before going for the asset side, one thing I want to make very clear for you. Okay, when you know the terms and conditions, how to solve the problem, and when you know the background theory, so I don't think so any MCQ is going to be the very difficult for you. Fine, so even though as there is a unit test maybe. Okay, so in that also it will be like MCQ only. I have seen that notification. So just be confident with the classes what we have learned. Okay, these type of questions only definitely I'm going to turn as a MCQ. So it's not that for MCQ I'm going to take the question and answers from somewhere else or some other book or some other library. Nothing is like that. Okay, concepts are going to be the same. So if concept is clear, definitely you can solve the MCQs also. Yes, if concept is not yet clear, that means you need to study. Okay, and instead of blaming me, okay, if at all the very great thought is coming in your mind, instead of blaming me, you better start study, and wherever you get stuck, better ask. Okay, from your concerned lecturers. It can be me if it's my subject, it can be other subject also. Okay, and then get your doubts clear. Fine. Now coming back to the question, this particular question only. Asset side we have a very first cash, and we know very well at the end we need to adjust the cash opening balance and closing balance. Then we have a debtors, that is a current asset. So again increase and decrease we will check and do according to that adjustment while calculating cash flow from operating activity. Stock also same current asset. Then we have a next land. So land, if we are going with the balance sheet value only, in 2001 land value is 20,000, in 2002 land value is 30,000. That means 10,000 extra, okay, compared to the last year, 10,000 extra value. So simple assumption is what we have purchased, okay, simple assumption, we have purchased extra land worth rupees 10,000. And when I'm purchasing the land, it is outflow, because when I'm purchasing something, I have to do the payment of cash. I am paying, so that means it is going to be the outflow. And under your cash flow statement, what we have learned, any transactions, just to give me a second, I'm sorry, any transactions related to fixed assets, okay, or long-term investments, fine, which is affecting your cash balance, those all transactions will come under the heading of which one? Cash flow from investing activity. So this time we are purchasing, so it will be a outflow. Clear? Then we have a goodwill in the question, 10,000 in 2001 and 5,000 in 2002. So we are able to see that it is a case of goodwill written off, and goodwill written off is your non-cash expense or loss. Clear? So balance sheet is clear. Now moving towards the additional information. Very first additional information is dividend rupees 3,500 is paid. Okay, so we are paying the dividend payment again like it is related to your financing activities only, because you have gone for the share capital, you have gone for the debentures. Okay, so how you are going to arrange dividend payment or interest payment? Okay, so how you have arranged your capital requirements, how you try to fulfill your capital requirements, and because of that we are paying the dividend or interest. So it will come definitely under the heading which one? Cash flow from financing activity. But same time it is going to be a non-fund or non-operating expense, because this is not happening because of your regular production things. It's not related to your sales, administration and all. Okay, it is somewhere related to your capital structure, fine, financing thing. So it will be a non-operating item also. So that means twice it will appear in the solution. One, when we calculate the cash flow from operating activity, and another when we are going to calculate the cash flow from financing activity. Clear? And it is payment. Okay, we are paid, so that means it is going to be a outflow. Fine. Second additional information, if you check, it is given land was purchased for rupees 10,000, and if we are going to cross check with the balance sheet values also, 20,000 and 30,000, we have already extracted the information. We have already assumed that what the purchase, we have gone for the extra purchase of land for worth rupees 10,000. So this is what I wanted to know. This is just a repetition of same information. Kindly don't do twice the entries. Getting it? I hope, actually not hope, I know very well that you are intelligent, but some great person has told me, okay, the intelligent persons only used to commit mistakes in a hurry. So don't do the twice entries, only one entry. Okay, in balance sheet also it is visible. Okay, just they have did the repetition of the same information in your additional one. Even though it wouldn't given in your additional information, then also we would have taken the same transaction, land purchased 10,000. Now given, it's okay, clear for us. Okay, so no twice entry at all. And then continue with the same, and amount provided for the amortization of goodwill totaled rupees 5,000. So amortization is nothing else, that is also kind of your return of only, and that also again visible from the balance sheet. We have cleared. Okay, we have discussed there also from the balance sheet also 10,000 and 5,000. So 5,000 is your return of. So again this is also a repetition of information. Kindly don't get confused. Okay. Third information, debentures of rupees 6,000 were redeemed. Again the same thing happening here. From the balance sheet only we have made out that 6,000 worth rupees 6,000 debentures we have redeemed. So this is also a repetition of information. So wherever you have the repetition of information in the balance sheet and in the additional information, kindly don't get confused. Okay, take it as a one information only. Clear? I hope it is clear. Fine. So now moving towards the cash flow statement. So very first we need to calculate cash flow from operating activity, and as usual we need to take the net profit. Okay, what was that? Your 10,560 minus 10,040 rupees, closing minus opening. So net profit is your 520, and then we need to add in this non-cash and non-fund expenses or losses, which we have already discussed. Goodwill written off, non-cash. Dividend paid, non-operating. Okay, these two make a total, right in outer column, 8,500. So 8,500 plus 520, totally we are getting the net profit before working capital adjustment is 9,020 rupees. Okay, and now in this we need to adjust our current assets and current liabilities. So what we need to add, I hope now the rules are in your mind. Any one rule please keep remember. Okay, increase in current liability. So definitely if I'm adding increase in current liability, so I'll go just opposite in your current asset, decrease in current asset. So I've taken here once only, increase in current liability and decrease in current assets. So creditor were increasing by rupees 1,480. So taken that. Then provision for doubtful debts were also increasing by rupees 100. Taken that also. And then stock is your current asset. Stock were decreasing by 6,500. So these three amount we need to add. So after adding these three amount, that is 1,480 plus 100 plus 6,500, need to write in your amount outer column 8,080 rupees. Then next we used to deduct, that is less. So whatever we have added, just opposite we have to deduct here. Okay, so we need to deduct decrease in current liability and increase in current asset. So there is no current liability left now, because two current liability were only given in this simple question, creditors and provision for doubtful debts. Both we have taken in the first step only, sorry, first phase only, that is increase in current liability. So now only the decrease in decrease in current liability, nothing is left, sorry, and increase in current asset, only one left, that is debtors. So only debtor is a one current asset which is increasing here as per the question. So 2,800 again in a inner column of amount, and nothing else to another item, so just writing it in a outer column also. So finally we need to adjust what, 9,020, that was our net profit before working capital adjustment. In that add 8,080 rupees, which is your increase in current liability and decrease in current asset. And from these two we need to deduct what, decrease in current liability and increase in current asset, that is debtors, 2,800. So final amount we are going to get 14,300, it is positive one. So we are going to call it as a cash flow from operating activity. So how much we are getting cash flow from operating activities, 14,300. Clear? Now next we have to go the second activity. See, always keep remember in your cash flow statement there is a 3 activity, and each and every transaction which is affecting your cash balance need to be segregated, okay, among these 3 activities. Okay, one is your cash flow from operating activity, another is cash flow from investing activity, and another is your cash flow from financing activities. Second, we need to calculate cash flow from investing activities. So we have seen only one fixed asset is given in this question, that was land, and related to that land what we are doing, purchase of land. So purchase, that time also I have told you, that means we have to do payment, that means it is a outflow of cash. So amount 10,000 I have written in a bracket, no other items here. So definitely the final cash outflow, because I'm saying it is outflow, 10,000 which we are paying for the purchase of land, that is outflow. So final also will be your cash outflow from investing activities, rupees 10,000. Clear? Then next third activity is your cash flow from financing activities. So which we have issue of shares, we have issued the shares worth rupees 4,000. Okay, so it's a cash inflow for us. Now cash is coming towards our pocket, so we are going to write it as a, or taking it as a positive one. Fine. Then we had the information what, redemption of debentures. Debentures we have redeemed, that means we have repaid. Okay, we were supposed to repay the amount back to the investors. Fine, creditors, whatever you can take. So here redemption of debenture, how much, 6,000. So it is an outflow because we have did the payment. So that is 6,000 here, negative one within the bracket I have kept. Then we have we had from the additional information dividend paid. how much dividend we are paying? We are paying 3,500. Again paying, that means outflow, so again it is a negative amount. So 4,000 minus 6,000 minus 3,500. Finally we are again going to get cash outflow from financing activities 5,500. And then we need to calculate net decrease in cash. So always keep remember, for net decrease or increase in cash, we need to use the final amount, okay, final three amount. That is one amount which we have got from cash flow from operating activity, and the another which we have got from cash flow from investing activity, and the final amount which we have got under the cash flow from financing activity. So 14,300 minus 10,000 minus 5,500. So we are getting the net decrease in cash of rupees 1,200. So it is decrease, again the negatives I have kept in a bracket, okay. And once we are going to get the net increase or decrease in cash, we need to add back in this opening balance of cash and make sure you are going to get the closing balance of cash which is given in the balance sheet. So I hope you have understood. Just I wanted to say, you never get confused that okay, from balance sheet also 10,000 extra purchase of land, and indeed additional information also 10,000 purchase extra land, so total purchase 20,000. Never do that, okay. So please keep learning, okay. And till then, thank you, have a nice day.